What's up, everybody? It's your boy, The Trip. Coming at you with the movie review for Black Panther. I just got back from seeing it, and so we're gonna go ahead and talk about it. As always, my movie reviews involve spoilers, so that's just up front. So if you do not want anything to be spoiled for you or anything like that, then of course you can just go ahead and stop the thing right now. But otherwise, let's get on with the review. So, Black Panther movie starts off with a little bit of backstory. In the overwhelming of things, I think what this movie is. This is right after Civil War. This is right after Civil War, because in Civil War, his father gets killed. So this is shortly after Civil War when this movie is starting to get known. So we get a little backstory about about what happened like in the past with allegedly some thing that with his father. I'm forgetting for a minute, but it's his father. It's his father who is the Black Panther, and they're talking to who we find out later on in the movie. It's his brother. Actually, he's talking to his brother. His brother has like turned on him or something like that. So, and then we get into the old Black Panther story and everything like that. They are going after, I guess, his ex-girlfriend or ex-wife, whatever. And she's a spy and she's on a mission. So he tries to go and recapture her because he wants her to be there when he is crowned king of Wakanda. So they do that, and then they go and they pick her up, and that's when you get the "I never freeze." You hear that. Something like that, so that's cool, and they come back and everything right there. Very funny movie, Cherie. I see a lot of things on the last week about Cherie being like the true star of the movie, and she was definitely okay. She was very funny, and she was the character was it was great. It was great to see. I would implore everybody to go over to Emergency Awesome and sign up for his YouTube, subscribe to his YouTube channel, because he talks a lot about Cherie and what she is and what she can do, and like her technological brain and everything like that, and what she does. Because she does do some great stuff. There's a lot of great technological things that happen in this movie that she creates, so it's really cool. So they then go ahead and they do the ceremony. They do a ceremony where I guess they have to challenge. Since there's a new king, there has to be a challenge. To challenge the king, and nobody challenges, but all of a sudden somebody comes out from another tribe and he does challenge him, and they get to the point where they're fighting and they're on the edge of the thing, and he's got him in like a triangle hold, and he taps out, which I kind of thought was it was kind of I was wondering like would that be a part of Wakandan, to tap out, and I found that kind of strange, but it was okay. So now T'Challa is king. He is the true Black Panther, and then what a lot of people saw in the pictures, they saw him walking around this seemingly other world, and they kind of thought that might have something to do with the soul gem. Now let me go back to that, because that's something I did forget, because I do believe we saw the soul gem just for a second. He was going to pick up his ex, right, from her spy mission, he was looking at something and he unhinged it, and there was something that was that orange color, the color of the soul gem. And then he put it back, and it was never spoken of again. You never saw it again, but it was there. So I think that might have been it. So not truly certain on that, but I think that might have been that. That might have been it. So now let's go back. So he now, and also let's also say this. Another thing, I'm going to go back and forth a lot, probably, but also at the beginning we learned the history of Wakanda. A vibranium meteorite crashed into the site of Wakanda, soaked into the soil, and put up these these bulbs or these vegetables, whatever, herbs that invested into everything. So it's in everything. It's in everything they do and everything like that, and everything they eat. And then that's how it gives people super strength and super speed and everything like that. And that's how they become the Black Panther. And when he did the challenge, there was a liquid that was taken away from him so that he wouldn't have his abilities, that he would have to fight regular. But then he had the abilities put back into him. I'm back to now the place where he went to. He had his stuff put back into him. Don't mind the gloves, by the way, either. Go Bears. He put the stuff back into him to give him back the powers of Black Panther. And then he went to this world, and in this world he was able to talk to his father. And he talked to his father for a little bit, and he came back up, and so then that was it. And then let's see. Then I believe the next scene was the scene where where Michael B. Jordan is where he is introduced, and he is in London looking at some artifacts from Africa, and he's asking this lady about it, and then go over here, and there's this axe. She talks about it's some type of axe. He goes, no, it's from Wakanda. Basically, he's going to try to steal it or do something with it. I think this was this was all along his part of his plan. Having that artifact stolen would get him on the radar, or at least get his accomplice on the radar. His accomplice is Claw. Now, if you remember Claw is the guy from Avengers: Age of Ultron. When he was somewhere in there, when they were talking about Wakanda, and then they went there, and then what's his face, Ultron went to Wakanda to get the vibranium to put on him. He was in there. So he's this guy, and he's like the medium bad, while what's his face, the bad. B. Jordan is the bad, or the big bad. Okay, anyway, so, and then they something happens, but she's drinking coffee and she doesn't know it, and he's making these veiled threats about taking it, and she wants security to come and get him, and then all of a sudden, bam, she falls and like, yeah, and he's like worried, somebody call the ambulance, she fell down, things like that, and then the people come to the ambulance, and it's Claw, and then they just kill everybody. So, and they take this artifact, this vibranium artifact, and so then of course this pops up on the radar of the Wakandans and T'Challa, and apparently Claw was there. He was there in Wakanda, and he had stolen a lot of vibranium, and he apparently killed killed a lot of the Wakandan people. So they wanted to go get him, and so they went to go get him. They he was gonna auction it off in South Korea, so they went to South Korea. They played low, and while they was there, they met a CIA agent. I don't remember if I've ever seen if he was in Civil War or if he was in any other movie. I can't remember, but him and T'Challa know each other, so they talk about what he's looking for. He's looking to make the trade so that they can get Claw for trying to sell that stolen property. And of course, T'Challa wants Claw because he pillaged the Wakandan people. And so then, of course, as you should, a fight goes down and breaks out and everything like that, and Claws try to get away. And then they do this cool thing where they throw something on a car, and Shuri, who's T'Challa's sister, by the way, she's able to, back at the lair, she's able to like drive the car from there, because just by putting. I told you, man, this was awesome. A whole lot of awesome shit they did with this movie. Something like that. Some shit that if it were to go down, we would never see. Me, you watching, anybody, nobody. I don't think we would ever. This might happen in the years like 3000, something like that. But we won't be around to see it. But this is some cool futuristic shit, man. I'm telling you. She's driving around. She's driving the car. The Black Panther's on it, and she's also like created this suit for him, so that where I think you've probably seen a lot of videos where anything that he takes on the suit stores kinetic energy, and he can force that kinetic energy onto other objects. And that's where, if you've seen the trailer, he flips the car over with the energy, and it's just so awesome, man. They do a lot of things, and then they finally chase down, and Black Panther chases down Claw, and he wants to kill him right there, but they get him to stop, and the CIA agent is also there, and he wants to so he wants to take him back to a place that they have there. I guess in South Korea. I guess there would be like a U.S. embassy there. So he wants to take him there and talk to him, and he wants to play good cop, bad cop, and Okoye is obviously very not, she is not woke. I'm not sure if it's because he's white, or if it's because he's American, or if it's because he's both. I don't know what it is, but she's not really having him. But T'Challa, he's playing along. He's doing the diplomacy thing, as in the word that he said when talking to him. But he actually puts a thing on him, a bug, so that Okoye and Nakia can hear, they can hear the thing, and he's talking about, and he explains to him that vibranium that is everywhere. They wear it and they ingest it, they live it, they grow it, everything. Talks about it, everything. And the guy comes in there, and he, and I guess they want to keep it a secret. But when the CIA agent comes back, and the CIA agent's name is now, I remember, it's Everett Ross. So when CIA agent and Agent Ross comes back out and talk to him, he says, you can believe it, drug dealer. So arms dealer. So but at that point, here comes Killmonger, Michael B. Jordan, and his crew, and they blow it up and they start shooting. And Agent Ross saves Nakia, and then of course T'Challa turns into Black Panther. He tries to go after him, but something happens. They hit him with something, and he gets stopped. But when he looks at it, he realizes he sees something hanging from Killmonger's neck. That is Wakanda, and he recognizes it. So they get back into it, and they see that Agent Ross has taken a bullet for Nakia, and it's in his back, and he can't move, and he might die. So they take off one of these little beads they have, and they put on it to stabilize it, and they take him back to Wakanda. They take him back to fix him up. And again, Okoye is wondering, why are we doing this? Why are we trying to do this? And and then he goes, it's about saving the guy's life. He saved mine. We can do all that we can. We have the technology. We have the ability to save his life. Let's do it. and that's what Nakia wants. Nakia wants the Wakandans to branch out into the world. But a lot of the other Wakandans don't. They want to stay thing because they are fearful that people will come to poach their land and their village and things like that. Because right now, Wakandan is kind of a hidden gem. You know, it's kind of a hidden gem. It's not many people in the world know that Wakandan is so technologically advanced, far advanced than any nation in the world. So they decide, yeah, we go ahead and we will do that. They take them back and they, to get them fixed. And while they're there, he goes back. He goes and talks to one of the guys, Forrest Whitaker, and Forrest Whitaker tells him about the story and tells him that and it flashes back to what we saw at the beginning of the movie, what I talked about with the original King T'Chaka, that's his name, and so apparently that was his brother, and he killed his brother to protect Wakanda, and his brother had a son, his nephew, and he just left him there, and that turns out to be Michael B. Jordan's character, Killmonger. And when you know it, Michael B. Jordan turns on Claw, kills him, brings him right to the person, because one of the guys said that his parents were killed by Claw, and brings that guy right to Claw, and he tells him who it is, and so then he gets taken in front of T'Challa, and he lets the people know that he has like a council of people. He lets people know who he is, that he is the son of N'Jobu, who was the brother of T'Chaka, and it is a masterful performance by Michael B. Jordan as this guy, because it's just, when he's on the screen, he's just doing this and this, and he's just being, but from the point that he meets T'Challa on Just a Masterful, great, they chose the perfect person to play this guy, the villain, Michael B. Jordan. This super awesome. Played it well done. So, and then he decides he wants to his right as his throne. So he challenges T'Challa to to that fight, and T'Challa has the black powers of Black Panther taken away. Now he doesn't. He either doesn't have those powers, or he doesn't, or they don't show him taken away. So, but it's a fair fight, and Killmonger wins. He throws him over over the waterfall, and it is just, and it's great. It's a great story of how they did this and everything like that. So now what he wants to do is he wants to put these he wants to take since he won, he becomes king. He becomes the Black Panther, and he is king of Wakanda. And what he wants is that he wants, to take these vibranium weapons and all the technology, he wants to give it to the oppressed people across the world, and particularly the black people. And he wants to give them these weapons so that they can rise upon the oppressors, start a war. He wants to conquer the world, basically. And so that's how it goes. So Nakia, Shuri, T'Challa's mother, and Agent Ross, who has been fixed up and everything like that. He actually gave them a little bit of the intel on Killmonger. He was like a soldier working on Afghanistan and things like that. So they leave and they go and they take one of these bulbs. But she actually went and got it. Nakia went and got it, the bulb. But they're gonna take the bulb and they're gonna take it to the guy who fought T'Challa in the first match, in the first symbol, and they want to give him the bulb to do like this. Which, by the way, at this point is the only bulb left, because Killmonger, he actually, he did the same thing that T'Challa did. He sat down in the sand and he had the stuff, the powers of Black Panther poured back into him, and he went into this way, but he didn't go into a earthly world like T'Challa went to. He went back into that place, that same spot that his father was killed, and he talked to his father. Or he was showing a replay of what the same thing he told his father, the same conversation he had with his father whenever he was little or whatever. But so then after that, he burns all of the bulbs. So at this point, he believes he's the only, no one else can be Black Panther. There's only him. So now back to the other thing where they go and they give him the bulb. This other guy, this other tribe. Which, by the way, it's a funny bit. Agent Ross tries to talk, and everybody starts barking. you can make men there speak. so the white people, that's what slavery gets you. You can't talk. You can't talk in Africa. they go there and say, please take the bulb, ingest the powers of Black Panther, challenge him to a fight, and destroy and kill him. But what happens is then he takes them to where he has T'Challa, and he has them like he's like in a coma, so he has them on ice, to keep him on ice, saving him alive. So T'Challa's mother takes the bulb, squashes it up, makes the liquid, ingests it into T'Challa, and then we go back to the world, and now his father is there, but his father doesn't want him to go back. His father wants him now to come and stay with him, pass on to the other side, basically, but he can't do that because he realizes that his cousin, basically, that is his cousin, is a monster. He's gonna kill a lot of people, and is because of what his father didn't do, and he had to make it right. So he comes back out, he becomes alive, and he makes it right, and then we have a battle along lines. We have some good things. We do a lot of other things. They take Agent Ross and take him back to the lair. Cherie gets some gauntlet weapons for her. Nakia gets like a warrior suit and some things to do with whatever. Agent Ross has to stay in the lair and do what she did. She was driving a car, but he's gonna drive he's gonna pilot the thing because he was a former Air Force pilot. Take other things and I thought he was going to sacrifice himself there for a minute because there was like this big thing shooting lasers at the layer, and they told him to get out. He said no, he's going to stay. So I thought this was going to be one of those things where he was going to he was going to sacrifice his life to save Wakanda, but that didn't happen. He did get out in time, but then we had a battle, and Black Panther shows up that he's alive, and it's time to continue to fight, and then we got one half of Wakanda, one part of Wakanda going after him, and then we got the other parts going after him, trying to save him, and it's a great visual, great fight. Rhinos come out of nowhere, rhinos with things and everything like that. They're controlled by. I'm telling you, this is an amazing, picturesque, beautiful movie. Just really is fun, entertaining as hell. It's so awesome. It really is. And of course, things go by there. We have the final battle between T'Challa and Killmonger, and Killmonger ends up, obviously, on taking the fall. And the ending, I kind of thought the ending was kind of like too. They they try to go ahead with the thing where, maybe they were looking for. I thought maybe they were trying to set it up for a a kind of a big switch, kind of twist where, you know, he would like, he wouldn't really be dead, but it was exactly the opposite. You know, they had him. They actually, you know, T'Challa feeling for him said, you know, this is his cousin. You know, maybe we can fix you up. And he at the end he goes, why? Don't do that. So that you can lock me up in bonds. Just bury me in the ocean like my ancestors. Because they know that was death was a lot better than being locked up in bonds. And of course, we're going to the slave trade, where I'm sure this really did happen, where many of the Africans jumped off the boat. They knew what was going to happen. They knew they were going to be slaves for the white man, and they jumped off the boat, whether they knew how to swim or not, whether there were sharks in there or not, animals, whatever or not. They knew it would be better off to die than to be a slave. And so that was kind of a very powerful moment at the end. And so then we get to the things where now they are going to go ahead and they are going to be more of a part of the world. And then they went to Los Angeles, where they actually said Oakland. It was actually Oakland, but they went to the place where Killmonger was a little boy, and it was a place where his father killed his uncle, and he had Shuri with him, and he said that he bought that building, that building, that building. That's going to be Wakandan property, and they're going to teach, you know, and that's where they're going to have Wakanda libraries and what Wakanda science, you know, things, everything like that. So they're going to come up out in the new world, and and that's how it ended. So that was good. Then we had the two cut scenes. The final scene. The final scene. So we had a before credit scene and an after credit scene. The before credit scene was T'Challa and sister Nakia and Okoye. Okoye is like the general of the army. She's the bald-headed woman you see in the commercials. And he goes to the United Nations and he says that they're going to be not a part of the and Agent Ross is there, and he's with a smile on his face, and he's talking, and T'Challa is telling them that they're no longer going to be hidden from the world. They're going to join the world. And he gives another good message, another message that is so needed right now, about how all of us are brothers and sisters, and how we need to treat each other like that, and how we need to be like that to one another. Great message, great story. One of the guys goes, well, with all due respect, T'Challa, how are farmers going to help the nation? And everybody has a little smile on his face, because they're just more than farmers, my friend. So then we have the roll of credits, and then the after credit scene is we're looking at three young African kids painted up faces, and they look, and then they go run off, and they go run to Shuri, and Shuri hugs them, tells them, you know, what are they doing? Why are you bothering the man? And they're speaking the Wakandan language, and I guess they call him the White Wolf. And then you see coming out, it's the Winter Soldier, Sergeant Barnes, and he's got no arm, and he's out there, and they, you know, and so he walks down, and she goes, Sergeant Barnes, how you doing today? And he goes, call me Bucky. And so they talk, and it's like sunset, so it's a beautiful, and apparently it's a beautiful sunset, and she tells him, we have so much more to do and so much more to learn. And then we go off, and then he sees Black Panther return in Infinity War. And now the mood is set. We are now ready for the greatest movie of all time, Avengers Infinity War, May 18th, or May, whatever it is. I think May 18th has to be Deadpool. It's May something. Whatever it is, it's May. And we are set, we are ready for it to happen. Unbelievable. So now to my final review. I thought this was a fantastic movie. This truly was a fantastic movie. This was just so well done. You knew this was going to be a good movie. And then when the reports start coming out early about how great this movie was, I said that it has to be like overhyped. It can't be that great of a movie, but it just is. I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars. This was just a fantastic movie with a fantastic story, with a fantastic cast, with just a fantastic view. Now I saw in the credits this was like shot in Australia, in Georgia, and South Korea, I think. They shot in South Korea. So with all these places they shot, but it was made to look just like Wakanda and Africa, and so just absolutely breathtaking, beautifully shot, everything like that. So this is going to be, I would agree, this was a fantastic movie, and this was a perfect one. This, because I might be disappointed. There's no doubt in my mind. I could very well be disappointed, but I'm just like, with all of the characters, with all of the story, all of the backup, I just don't know how the Avengers Infinity War isn't going to. I'm not going to sit up here in 3 months in review and say anything less than 5 stars. I just don't know if I don't know how I can't. If I don't sit up here and say 5 stars, it's a disappointment. I could love it like I could love it like crazy, but if it's not 5 stars, I just don't know what it is. So anyway, but. This, I think, is a perfect lead into that. This was a great all around 4.5 stars. This was amazing. I would say go see it. This was truly tremendous. Absolutely, truly tremendous. You would not be upset spending your money for this. This was everything. And this is, once again, somebody I followed on Twitter. They want to know. They said that do I need to see the other movies to watch this movie? And for the most part, no, because listen, a movie is a movie, right? You don't have to see the other movies to see a certain movie. I actually did. I believe I saw Iron Man 2 before I saw Iron Man 1. So that's not you don't need to see them. I did tell her though that if she's going to go see Infinity War, she needs to watch them all in order, because that's the one you're gonna need to watch in order to know. In fact, I bought my mom some movies so that she can watch them. I'm gonna tell my mom to go see Black Panther the next couple of weeks as well, something like that. Because I bought her the rest of the movies, and when Thor comes out on DVD, I'm gonna get that one and then send it to her so that she can watch all of those. And then so get ready for the Avengers Infinity War. So yeah, man, this was absolutely exciting, truly epic. Once again, 4.5 stars from me. Post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think if you've seen the movie. Tell me what you like best about it. What you didn't like. If you didn't like anything. Just give me your entire thoughts and opinions. Let's have and big picture. How does this affect Avengers Infinity War? If you are somebody like that lady on Twitter who maybe you're not all about this and that when it comes to the superhero or the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you're not like me. There's this. Going down the line, watching each and every fucking thing about it. You know what I mean? But you've seen some movies here or there. Does this make you want to do that so that you can get to the Infinity War, or are you just like, or is it something like well, we'll see how I feel, or something like, or with the Infinity War, anything like that. So yeah, put all your thoughts and comments down in the comment section. This is, I'm telling you, I'm so geeked, man. 3 months. 3 months. May. Avengers Infinity War. Greatest movie ever. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy AJ Tripp signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out. I never freeze. Evacuate the city. Engage your defenses. And get this mega shield. This is going to be awesome. Bye, guys.